Okay, hi YouTube. Thanks for watching. Edward here. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can generate leads using a free marketing system. Now, a lot of people who have been following me on my YouTube channel, they know about this system and they know that I've recently, done a full-blown update on this system. But this system has been going for over almost 2 years now. And it really has done its job incredibly well in terms of generating leads, and making connections with people. This is a prospecting system. You can call it a prospecting system. You can call it a lead generation system. You can run it pretty much on autopilot. Absolutely. However, obviously, this system doesn't just go out there and generate leads for you. You've got to send. You've got to generate the traffic to your marketing link so that But what this system does is it simply allows your leads to be taken through a very, very simple process, giving them something that they want. And this is always the way, it's got to be, and you can send leads or traffic. That's easy. I mean, it's easy to generate traffic. There's so many free ways, and we teach a lot of free ways in this section in step 2, how to get traffic. And there's also paid methods as well, and these are the ways that I use. I also use YouTube. Obviously, I'm here on YouTube, and I've always recommended people to start using YouTube. Generating traffic is easy, but the hard part is getting them to convert, and getting them to take action in your business. So for those of you who are new with this whole system, and you don't know what it's all about, basically, this marketing system, it is a free system. You can use it for promoting any business. You can stick in your own businesses of choice in here, and when you market the system, they're going to see your links. Okay, so they're not going to see anything else except obviously the traffic systems in there, which you can also rebrand. I'll talk about that in a bit. And there's some capture pages that and registration pages that you can rebrand. It's really, really simple, just a 3-step simple system that it's simply designed to collect leads, market your primary business, and teaches you how to generate traffic using all these very powerful strategies that you can connect up. So these are great traffic generation platforms here that we connect up with this system, and you can rebrand it. And the great thing about these platforms is that when your leads come through this system, they're going to get set up in these traffic platforms as well, and that's an income stream in itself. All these built-in income streams that are designed to generate you huge traffic can also pay you commissions when they come through this system. So all you're doing is just sharing out one link. It's really that simple. And then when they come through, you get the automation section, which is how to automate this whole thing. Obviously, you've got to send the eyeballs. You've got to get the eyeballs onto your pages. But once they come through, they're going to follow this system. And you've got all the lead capture pages in here that are rebranded to you. And that's always the hard part. Is once getting the traffic is easy. Once these people, think about it, guys. The leads that come to your page and have a look at your page, 99.9%. If you're using these typical traffic methods and platforms here, and there's so many others out there, many people who have been within in this space within months or years know that there's so many traffic platforms. It's so easy to generate traffic. The hard part is once they get onto your lead capture page, if your lead capture page is good enough, they're going to get interested. If the message on the lead capture page is enticing, they're going to want to get on board potentially, or they're going to at least want to get on, add their email address to your lead capture page. I've added this one here. For example, this is a very simple lead capture page, but it really is designed to get people on board. They put the name and the email address, and boom, you've collected that lead. I mean, I'm getting leads from the various pages every single day coming in, because people get interested. They're curious. They want to check out what it is what this page is offering. and they can get access to a free system. So they want to do it. They want to get on board. So this system is taking the hard work out that a lot of people struggle with, and gets them through, and walks them through, takes them by the hand, gets them on in the inside, and it's a kind of a rinse and repeat system. You came through this system, and then you follow the simple steps, and then your leads were going to come through the same system. It's really that simple, and then they're going to do the same. They're going to do the same. So it's really powerful in terms of collecting leads. So we recommend Leads Leap to connect up to run the automation system, because we've given you all the share codes here. But there are other options here as well. You can use different autoresponders. You can use Aweber, GetResponse, MailChimp, and Zapier, and also SendShark as well. But I love Leads Leap, and that's why I've put in a lot of work and effort to put in these share codes, so you can use Leads Leap. Just follow the video here. So what have I been able to do in with this system? I mean, basically, you've got your leads here. So what exactly are these leads that are coming through? Well, these leads, I'm not going to show this page for too long. Actually, let's look at the leaderboard here, just to give you an idea. So, people are generating leads with this system. Okay, as I say, this system is not brand new. I've recently updated it, but this system is about 2 years old, almost 2 years old. So, I mean, I don't want to blow my own trumpet here, but there are 2 of my accounts here using this system, and I'm at the top of the leaderboard. I'm not doing this to blow my own trumpet. I'm just simply saying that obviously I'm more passionate. Typically, I'm more passionate than the average user of this system, naturally, because I own the system. But I still don't believe that just because I'm the owner of this system has allowed me to earn to generate more leads. Now, obviously, it helps because but it's simply because of the passion that I have in using this system. So I've got my links out all over the place, and the only reason I'm getting a lot of people coming in here is simply because I've got my links out there all over the place, and I generate leads. And I'm using the free platforms. I'm using paid advertising. I'm using YouTube. And I've got people coming into this through my links all the time. So that's obviously one of the reasons. And I'm always energetically pushing this out there. So, but actually, to be honest, guys, the leads that you're seeing here that these people are generating, they're actually not the leads that are coming through the autoresponder. Okay, so there are 2 steps when they come through the lead capture page. Let me just open the lead capture page in a new window. So let's say, for example, they use this lead capture page. The member is using this lead capture page. The minute they put their name and email address in here, they're on your personal autoresponder. Okay, they're not yet part of this system. Okay, these leads that you're seeing here for these members are generating, they're not part. These are the leads that are actually already signed up in the Mega Marketing Pro system. So that's the second step. Okay, so let me just show you down here. This is this lead capture page is the pre-lead capture page. This is what collects the leads in the funnel. And then on the second step, after they've opted into your mailing list, they come to what we call a registration page, okay, or a thank you page if you like. Now this is the page, once they put their name and email address here, and they click here, they join the Mega Marketing Pro system, and basically that's a sign up. So that's what you're seeing here. These are actually signups. They're not actually leads, they're signups. So what you're seeing here is you're seeing actual they're more active. Okay, obviously there's going to be a lot of people who are not going to be necessarily signing up. That's typical with a funnel. That's the whole point of a funnel. This is the first step of a funnel. This is what we call a lead capture page. Okay, and people are just coming in here. They want a little bit more information so that they can make a better sort of educated guess as to whether they want to be a part of this or whether this is a good fit for them. So they put their name and email address on here, They get onto the second page, they see a little bit more information. Some people will say, okay, I'm not interested, or maybe some people are interested, but they're looking at other things at the same time. They'll think, okay, well, I'll study that a little bit later. And the thing is, once they're on your email list, you're going to be sending out automated email response messages, follow-up messages on a daily basis. So, typically what happens is, after, on average, it takes about 7 days of continuous emails that go out on a daily basis. After the 7th day, typically what happens is, on average, most people will then, take action. But that typical situation there is more for sort of a paid product. Okay, but this is not a paid product. This is a free system. So, that's another reason why we're getting, we're able to generate more leads here, is because they can see that they're actually getting a free system. And that's why this whole funnel system, and even the back office here is part of the funnel system, really, in a sense. And I say that simply because, it's all a free system, and they don't have to pay any money in order to go all the way through here. And then once they register, they come and they log in, and then they see the step 1, they get set up, they put their own personal businesses of choice in there. There's a lot of value here, before they have to feel sort of, in any way, whether they're really taking action in any way. They're getting a lot of value, okay? So, it's a no-brainer. Step 2, they check out the traffic platforms. These are platforms that they're going to need regardless of whatever businesses they're involved in. Guys, most of the people you're talking to when promoting this system are all people who are already in different businesses. And this is a great thing because these are people who want to make money online. Okay, so you're actually giving them something that they already want. And why wouldn't they want it? Because if they're promoting an existing business, and this system is absolutely designed to allow them to promote their business more successfully, then why wouldn't they grab it? It's free. They're not paying for it. And then they get the automation step as well. So, what about the automation step? Does that cost money? Not necessarily. If you use Leads Leap, which is what we recommend, and you stick with the free version of Leads Leap, you can still set up the lead capture pages. Now, the only difference is that, if you choose to stick with the free version of Leads Leap, you're going to be able to collect leads, and you can still broadcast those leads. If you had 50, it doesn't matter if you have 10 people on your leads list, if you have 50 on your leads list, or if you have 1,000 or 10,000 or however many leads you've got on your leads list, you can do one broadcast even as a free member. I don't believe there's any limits, actually. A lot of platforms actually have limits, but I think as a free member, I don't think there are actual limits in terms of how many people you can actually email out using a broadcast. Now, there are limits, how many times a month a free member can email out, but I'm not sure if you had 50,000 or 10,000 or whatever. I think you could probably still do an email broadcast at least 3 or 4 times a month as a free member, regardless. So obviously as a paid member, you obviously you've got far better opportunity. You've got I don't know. I don't think there are limits on the pro membership. Obviously, I'm sure there aren't. I haven't hit those limits, and if I haven't hit those limits, then I'm sure most people are going to be fine. The other thing about the pro membership for Leads Leap is that you're going to be able to take advantage of the email autoresponder system. Okay, you're going to be able to grab this share code. For example, this share code is only for paid members, really. I mean, because the email autoresponder follow-up messages are simply using the automated email system built into Leads Leap. Only pro members can take advantage of that. So this is a pro member. I've got a full-blown Leads Leap setup guide right here. It goes through in detail on screen. I show you exactly using the Mega Marketing Pro system and how to connect it up with Leads Leap. We've also got a PDF guide here that guides you every step of the way. And I've actually updated this PDF guide as well. I've made it exclusive for Mega Marketing Pro. So, it shows you, how to connect up your Mega Marketing Pro funnels. So it really is that simple, guys. it's just it's a lead generation system. Well, I say generation, but yeah, that in a sense that's exactly what it is. Of course, you've got to generate the hits. Of course, I'm not talking about we have a step in here that allows you to connect with the programs that generate the traffic. But once you've got the traffic coming onto your page and you've got eyeballs onto your lead capture page, the system will take care of the rest. Okay, and that's what you want. You want to be in control. You don't want to completely automate your entire business. That's not cool. And and the other thing is that I want rather than calling this a marketing system, which it is, and I'm proud of that. It's also a prospecting system, and I want people to understand the difference between a marketing system and a prospecting system is that you want to collect those leads for the purpose of really reaching out and communicating with those leads and showing that you care. Okay. So, people are going to potentially come onto you and join your businesses, but, follow up with them, nurture them, build up that know, like, and trust. It's just putting the leads in communication with you, so and connecting and allowing them to connect with you so that you can just, be a person of value, a person who cares, a person who's ready to be a great upline in whatever business you are promoting. And that's exactly what this system is in a nutshell, in a box. So enjoy the system, hope you like it, and come on into the Facebook group and as I say, enjoy the system. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you on the inside. Bye for now.